Are we in? All right, we're up and running. Good morning, Orlando. Oh, that's such a pitiful good morning. Good morning, Orlando. Thank you. Welcome to 1 Million Cups. How many of you guys are here for the very first time? Awesome. We are excited to have you. Make sure you introduce yourselves to us as volunteers. We all work off tweets, hugs, and social media, so we work for free, and we would love to see who you are and pick your brain a little bit. Well, welcome to 1 Million Cups. Letting you know we are caffeinated and founded by the Kauffman Foundation. They are up in Kansas City. We are one of 90 cities across the nation. We just help run the Orlando chapter. So, giving some shout outs to some of our sponsors. You are sitting in the beautiful Rollins venue. They are one of our main sponsors. We wouldn't be here if it weren't for them. Barney's Coffee in Winter Park. We have so much coffee out there. Please drink it. We end up dumping half of it out by the end of the night. Torch Studios, Randall, give a big wave. He live streams us. So we are being broadcasted across the nation, even outside of the nation. Some other 1 Million Cups chapters tune in every week to watch us, as well as Canvas and Catalyst and some of our entrepreneurs of Orlando, they live stream us. So it's pretty exciting. Our newest sponsor of 2016, Bright House. We're really excited. Bright House helps give out a lot of iPads. They help keep the engagement coming from you guys. So make sure before you leave, you sign up to register to win a new iPad from Bright House. They sponsor us and they'll give it out once every month. It's brand new, so it's really exciting. Some of our volunteers I'm going to introduce to the team. Isabella, raise your hand. All right, Jan, raise your hand. Stephanie, this is me. Kristen's here. Chad is home, and Randall is also an organizer as well. So Randall wears 2 hats. All right, we have every Wednesday morning 2 entrepreneurs that come in and they pitch their product or their service. This is what happens. They have 6 minutes. They're going to throw you their ideas. Then after the 6 minutes, we're going to have a 20-minute question and answer session with the audience. Now, since we are broadcasted, make sure with your questions you raise your hand because we'll come around and give you the mic. Okay, make sense? Okay, good response. Great, that was great. Okay. So first, I'm going to go ahead and introduce our first entrepreneur. Mike, you can come on up here, and he's going to tell us a little bit about what he's doing. Let's give him a round of applause. Come on up, Mike.
Hi, good morning. So my name is Mike Pyle. I am the director of sales for a company called Freshie Tech, which I think some of you may be familiar with. And as part of, I guess, one of our business ventures that we decided to spin off is a sales tool called MeGet.email. So today we will be talking about making more money and specifically focusing on the front side of the pipeline. So if you look at the sales cycle as a whole, you're looking at discovery, prospecting, outreach, pitch, and then obviously close. Today, and this tool specifically is going to be focused on mainly the discovery and prospecting stage, which, as I'm sure, if as you all know, can consume the most amount of time and can be the most onerous and labor-intensive. So without further ado, MeGet was founded by Freshie Tech. Freshie Tech is a 3-year-old product development company located in downtown Orlando. Today, we make over 20 different SKUs, everything from shower speakers to LED lights that clip onto your shoes for running at night. If anyone is familiar with Doug or Night Runner, that is a product that we help bring to market and manufacture. And today, we've sold over 5,000 SKUs or 5,000 units with our latest success story being on Good Morning America with our earbuds that did about 23,000 units in 24 hours. So to kind of understand where the database came from, it comes from Freshie Tech. MeGet is a complete customer acquisition tool. It is not going to replace your CRM. So for everybody that loves Salesforce, or I would recommend Pipedrive for smaller companies, don't worry, this is not going to replace that. This is going to compete with the Datanyze, the SalesLoft prospectors of the world, the SEMrush, and really combines multiple tools into one space for you to go. So who is going to use MeGet? Anyone who sells consumer products. I know everybody, especially millennials, wants to get into the SaaS space. Unfortunately, our database doesn't really, compose many of those. It's all for anyone making hardware products. While the ideal market is the SMB, I would say anyone under $3 million in sales. Beyond that, you're really probably working with a distributor. And then, through their, sales channels, it gets really difficult managing price integrity and things of that nature. You can't just go out and take any deal willy-nilly. You have to be somewhat strategic in the partnerships that you take and who's representing your products. All right, it's a big slide here. As I mentioned earlier, the typical sales process: discovery, prospecting, outreach, pitch, and close. Unfortunately, today, 50% of all the sales reps' time is consumed with the first two stages of the pipeline. Effectively mastering the entire sales process takes about 3 to 5 tools and can consume most of your time. And a bunch of different reasons. Obviously, manipulating the sales tool for desired results, bouncing between each one, and then data entry. So if you find somebody's email address, taking that, plugging it into Salesforce, putting that into your outreach software, right? It builds and builds and builds and consumes most of your time. And then finding new and out-of-the-box sales channels can be difficult. Everybody can, if you get approached, or we get approached all the time by companies wanting to sell various products. And yeah, they want to get into Target and Walmart and all these traditional big box retailers. But for most Kickstarters and entrepreneurs fresh in the game, that is not the route you should go. It is a very long sales cycle. It takes at least 6 months to get on the shelves of one of these stores. And you're probably going to have to work with the distributor. You're going to make considerably less margins. And if your entire pipeline is all of these home runs, you're leaving a lot of money on the table. I would strongly suggest starting off with e-commerce and also international clients. They're much easier to work with. You get cash flow up front, and then you can use that cash towards, swinging for your home runs. So if you do get into an AT&T, you're going to need money for indoor displays, for co-op marketing funds, and just a lot of other things that are very hard to, anticipate before you get into those discussions. So the first stage, is prospecting. Who do I target? It is easy to get lost on LinkedIn and Google, especially if you don't know who really is your ideal customer. And that is one thing that Freshie Tech has spent the last 3 years trying to figure out. We started off selling shower speakers. And what we found is that everybody was taking these shower speakers that are waterproof and putting them on their paddle boards. So it took us about 6 months to really identify that this outdoor electronic space had some legs to it. And it's a industry, God bless you, it's an industry that spends about $150 billion annually. So we kind of transitioned the model from just tech-focused, the Etsy's of the world and the Radio Shacks to more of a outdoor centered company going after Gander Mountain and Woot.com. Sites like SEMrush can show you the company's competitors. So if you go to SEMrush right now, you can type in Walmart and it will show you Target, and other companies that they compete with. But it's very limited. And if you use the free version, it's inconsistent and it's going to give you no new ideas. MeGet specifically provides selected companies based on your criteria. Hopefully I can get through this and show you a quick demo, but you can say, I want all of the e-commerce international channels that sell sporting goods, or I want all of the small brick and mortar retailers that sell technology. So it helps you build that ideal customer profile and drill down specifically on what makes sense for your company and the products that you sell. So the most labor-intensive part of the sales process would be prospecting. LinkedIn can show you the decision maker, but gives you no email addresses. Sites like data.com can provide the email footprints. Again, that's a pay-as-you-go service. So if you go to data.com and you were to type in Gander Mountain, you would find like the CTO or maybe the CIO, and then hit, show me the prospect. That costs money or tokens. And then you have to use that footprint. So if it's first name dot last name at Gander, then you have to take that information, find your decision maker on LinkedIn or however, and then outreach from there. So that's a lot of steps and takes a considerable amount of time. Another way that people get email addresses is going to the company's website and hoping to get lucky finding a press release. Oftentimes, there's not one available, or the PR agency that wrote the press release has no affiliation with the company whatsoever, and you're going to be emailing somebody at Fry Ham and Bar instead of the company that you want. SellHack and Datanyze can give email addresses, but again, you have to know specifically the person that you want to target. So you would have to go on LinkedIn, you would have to cold call, you would have to do whatever methodology that you want to find your decision maker, then take that name, the company URL, and plug it directly into Datanyze or SellHack, and then hope to God that they spit out the right information. So MeGet not only shows you the job title and the decision makers, but provides you with verified email addresses as well. And I know this because I built the database. So, yeah, that's that one. Cool. So mastering the sales cycle. We just kind of ran through very quickly a few of the thousands of sales tools that are out there. Note that each one of them only did a fraction of what MeGet, be it showing you the company like Google, showing you the decision maker like LinkedIn, giving you the email address like Datanyze or SalesLoft Prospector. So MeGet really aggregates all of these tools and combines it into one place that you can easily go to. So now all you need is a CRM. Yay. I guess lastly here, MeGet is Freshly Tech's Rolodex on steroids. We spent years compiling the sales channels from all walks of life, many of whom do little in the way of advertising. Again, e-commerce, international. I can't stress this enough for companies that do under $3 million in sales. This is the direction that you should be starting off with. It's very hard to find a pop.com out of Australia, or some of their competitors, a Onceit, a MySales of the world. You're never going to find these on LinkedIn. You're never going to find these on Google. These are folks that a lot of them have reached out to us, or Freshly Tech, I should say, from being on so many platforms. And again, it's taken us about 3 years to compile all of this data, and it's worked for us. So, while actively sold, MeGet is not in beta, but it is not a finished product. By any means. We have about 2 sales reps right now working on it, I'd say full-time, selling it, but eventually we want to be the Glassdoor of sales channels. Everybody wants to go, become a social platform. Well, we really don't. Am I good? That's it? I don't. No. I'm done after this. Okay. Everybody wants to be a social platform. We don't want to be Twitter or anything of that nature. But we do want to create a space for companies to share their feedback, anything from payment terms to this buyer was unresponsive, just really giving their overall feedback and help other entrepreneurs, better understand how to penetrate the companies that they want to be in. So, cool. Am I out of time or do I? Yep. Awesome. Questions?
Yeah, let's give a hand out to him. Any questions right now? We're opening the floor for questions. Here you go.
So your system provides email addresses?
Yes, sir. It will give you the name, the title, usually about 3 to 4 contacts within each company. So it'll say Jim Smith, electronics buyer, Mary Jones.
What kind of companies?
Anything from brick and mortar to e-commerce to independently owned, mom and pop merchants, from outdoor to home decor, technology, office supplies, really any industry that sells hardware products.
And how much is it?
So right now it's going for $999 for a year. That gives you what we call 300 spears. Which you use 2 spears to buy, I guess, the contact. Open negotiation.
Yeah, we have a question right here.
Yes, sir.
Yes. I'm interested in rather low-tech customers that are road contractors. we sell safety equipment, you know, hard hats and things like that. How would that work in your system?
Well, I guess what type of companies do you want to go after? Like who's a
Yeah, the people that employ 2 people or 200 people to build driveways and outside construction. let's
right?
just
Don't have much in the way with regards to
say. Okay.
contractors and what have you.
Good. Good. That's good. Thank you.
Yes.
One moment.
So you said that some of the other solutions were very labor intensive, took a lot of time, and sort of alluding that yours was faster. Can you explain how using your system would be faster than some of the other tools for this lead generation?
Sure. So most of the tools that will spit out, if you look at it, if I'm trying to find the email address, I have to know the person's name, and then I have to type in first name, I have to type in last name, and then I have to go to the company's website, copy and paste the URL, and then put that in, and then you hit search, and then it'll spit out one single footprint. With MeGet, if you were to go to woot.com, it'll say Holly Cox, hcox at woot.com, electronics buyer, and then give you everyone else that we have for that company listed below.
So you said that eventually you'd like to be the Glassdoor of sales channels, and you want people to go on and review and share their experience. Would that include adding more companies or just accessing companies that already exist on that platform?
Absolutely, we want to continue to add more companies. It's something that we continually update. As Freshie Tech grows and as our I guess book of business grows, as will MeGet. But to date, I think there's a little over 1,700 companies and 3,000 contacts in there, so it's a good starting point.
Just an idea to throw out there. If people know of companies in their own Rolodex that they would like to add to it, and you guys could verify that information and reward those people, you might be able to grow your list substantially and be able to add more value to that. Just throwing an idea out there.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Thank you so much.
Hey, Mike.
Hi.
Question for you. Why is it only hardware focused? I know you have a list of companies because you guys are a hardware company and those are, you've built this database, but why can't service-based companies use your platform? I mean, I'm thinking about Fat Merchant right now. This would be great. I can get access to, any brick and mortar store, which can also use my product, but I'm not a hardware company. So why wouldn't this be a good fit for me?
Well, one, it's not. I guess, for something like Fat Merchant, you could, but the people that our database isn't going to be anyone in IT. It isn't going to be anyone that you. I don't think I understand your
The decision
question.
maker is usually, that's who I'm trying to get to. And many service-based companies, whether it's a social media company, whether it's an advertising agency, whether every business needs to have a phone service or a credit card processor or a social media company. So why can't I'm thinking, we can even professional B2B companies can use your platform as well. I don't know if that's a channel, why you've closed that off to only hardware.
I mean, it's a great idea. It's I guess the only people in the database are product buyers. So
Okay.
if, an ad agency wanted to, use our service, they're only going to be emailing the head merchandising.
Okay, so it's a product buyer of like merchandising or okay,
Correct.
got it. Thank you, Mike.
Hey, how's it going? Great presentation. I have some students here, and I was wondering if you can maybe give a very brief explanation of a practical application of what you're presenting here in the real business world.
Sure. So if I just completed a Kickstarter and it is myself and I have my sweet headphones, I got 3,000 of them in my garage, but I have no idea who to sell. This is something that I would go on and really it's about generating, it's showing you who to sell, right? And that can be so hard to identify and that takes up so much time other than just pursuing the traditional, Dick's Sporting Goods and what have you, going out and actually finding companies that can pay you like today, that will give you the new ideas that you're not going to find on Google or any other, I guess, sales outreach tools that you would use. Did that answer it? Yep.
Yes, over here. Would you be able to help explain a little bit the difference? Because I'm familiar with these databases such as Reference USA, which you can go by the NAICS code, by the zip code for the certain industry type. It gives a list of the CEO, also email addresses. And and there are a couple of those that I've used. And I was able to reach Chief Medical Officer of Abbott Laboratory, CMO of Allergan, got replies from those, in a decent yield. And I'm trying to figure out what is the difference, because some of those companies are backed by LexisNexis. Literally, they're in every law school. So you can explain that, it will be a little bit helpful.
I'm sorry, you kind of lost me on that. The difference between us and like a LexisNexis or?
Reference USA database or a couple of other ones, I forgot the names of them, but Reference USA will give the list of the CEO, CMO, all the pertinent officers within that company. And, you can sort by NAICS code, et cetera, and their subscription fee is like $5,000 per year, and you're, under that, but you're gonna have to do the updates and all these things, and I'm kind of trying to figure out how you're different.
Right, so this doesn't let you can't drill down geographically, you can't drill down by a NAICS code, you can drill down by company size, the industry that they're in, and then their business model, if they're e-commerce, if they're brick and mortar, or both, right? Again, it's not going to give you the president, it's not going to give you the CMO, it's not going to give you the CISO, it's just going to give you buyers, whether it's electronics, whether it's furniture, sofas, laptops, whatever. It's just for people making consumer products.
Right next to him over here. I just wanted to kind of follow up, I think, and build on that some. The impression that I've gotten from the presentation, which is very good, by the way, was that you're basically providing a curated list of contact information for specific industries.
Correct.
Okay, and so that's what I thought, that's what I was getting. But the next question has got to be, how do you differentiate from others that are out there? I understand that you've got a differentiating message, but in trying to get the word out to companies that are going to be looking to build databases or do front-end work for their sales funnel, whatever it is, there's a lot of noise in the marketplace right now. So what's your next step for making sure that MeGet gets above that noise and is seen as a credible source of curated information when there are so many others that are in this space?
That's a great question. I think integrating the social aspect of it that I alluded to earlier would really help. If you go on and you saw, it's like if you go on Amazon and you're looking at a product that maybe you've never bought before, and there's 20 reviews all telling you how great the product is, that's going to build credibility of said product. If you go on MeGet, you've never heard of MeGet, you've never heard of Freshie Tech, but you go on there and there's 30 comments about, Gander Mountain or working with MySale or any of these other sales channels, that's going to help building credibility. That's okay. A lot of people use this. They like it enough to engage with us. And I can see, from independent third parties that people are doing this and being successful. And to your point about a lot of noise out there, all of these sales tools want to add a sales blog. They want to give, the hot topic is automation versus personalization and outreach, right? Everybody wants to talk about that. So that component's coming, and I think that helps build credibility, is being able to provide valuable sales content to help kind of fill in some of the gaps, to help people, okay, you've done prospecting and discovery, so now let's give advice and our experience to help you build the outreach, maybe help you close more. Just being a trusted third-party source for information.
Any other questions? Okay, so in the spirit of 1 million cups, we always ask, what can we do for you as a group, as an individual, right now for you to help you out?
Just spread the word. If you know anybody that is currently selling consumer products or has a good idea, we would love to speak with them. We have a consulting side of the business. I mentioned Night Runner. We do a selfie stick and have a bunch of other consulting projects, so to speak. We have 2 manufacturing facilities in China and can help you take from stem to stern, your idea, and help you build it, tool it, and bring it to market. So anyone that sells consumer products or has an idea about making a consumer product, send them our way.
All right, awesome. Any hashtags or anything that you want to put out there? just in
I
case?
would say Freshie Tech. I mean, that's really kind of the mothership of this
Tech.
whole dog and pony show. I'm sorry.
All right, awesome. Let's give him a hand.
Thank you.
That was amazing. Okay, so now we can take a break just between our second presenter. We can go ahead and get more coffee. Yeah, speak out. Thank you. Our coffee again. Before we go to our second presenter, we want to give a big shout out to Bright House, who are our newest sponsors. So give a shout out to Bright House. He will take the floor for now.
Either way. Good morning, everybody. My name is Dennis Schaefer. I'm Director of Strategic Partnerships with Bright House, and we are so proud to sponsor Orlando 1 Million Cups with the program we have for awareness for the entrepreneurs. It's, the thing I live in the entrepreneur community, the thing I hear is, how can we get more people to pitch, right? We want people to pitch, and gentlemen this morning, great job this morning, and I encourage you guys, if you have a new company, if you have an idea, to talk to the folks here and get up here and talk to folks, because it's the value in the pitch, but the value is really all of you coming out to these things and asking the great questions that you ask. So these people, they might have an aha moment, right? And it's good input for them. So I encourage you to do that. Part of our program is to try to get more folks out here to ask those questions. And something little that we do, we have a register to win out here on the coffee table when you leave. Pick up a card. Go into the landing page, log in, you get a chance to win a mini iPad. We're going to draw it on the 24th. We draw one a month, okay? So I encourage you to do that, pick a card up, fill that out, and please come back. Keep coming back, keep bringing your questions. Those of you who are thinking about pitching, talk to the people who have pitched and say, what's it like up there on stage, right? Is it hot? Can you see the people, right? Are you afraid of the questions, right? It's not that bad. Nobody bites here, right? Exactly. I do a lot of 1 million cups. This is by far one of the best ones out there. The feedback and the things that you guys do here is fantastic. So thank you for your input. Thanks for taking the time to come out here and help these folks on Wednesday mornings. Appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay, so now let's give it up for our second presenter, Shades Club. You can come in and do the presentation. Who wants it? Okay, here you go.
Nice, you get two.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Rich. We're excited to be here. First of all, we just wanted to thank Isabella and Stephanie and the entire 1 Million Cups community for having us today. We just finished a Kickstarter, so it's a very exciting time for us, and TJ is going to explain a little bit more about it.
Thanks. Hi, I'm TJ. As Rich mentioned, we're sunglasses designers, and we created Shades Club, and we're really excited to be here. Our vision with Shades Club was to finally make what was inaccessible accessible and have sunglasses be thought of no differently than how we would think about accessorizing with shoes or handbags, and more of a stylish, convenient, fun, and all-inclusive solution to the world of sunglasses as we know it. As Rich mentioned, we put together a Kickstarter. Our goal with our Kickstarter was really to go from concept to company and really establish a community, because I think that's the basis and the foundation for any strong vision. So we successfully did that in our 60-day campaign. We'll show you a little teaser video that we put together. We're most interested in really opening up the forum to Q&A and what we can learn from the amount of talent and knowledge in the room. So without further ado, we'll show us our video, and we'll get to the Q&A after. Thank you.
Hey, Kickstarter, my name is Rich.
And I'm TJ. We're the creators of Shades Club. What is Shades Club? But first, we got a story to tell.
It started 5 years ago with a simple idea, to create cool sunglasses, but make them affordable. That makes people happy. So we quit our jobs, dove into the industry. We needed a logo, so we created our Stickman. Before we could blink, that Stickman was everywhere. Celebrities, models, athletes, musicians, DJs, surfers, college kids around the world in 50 states, 65 countries, and counting. We even made a kids line for charity. We were growing, as were people's collections. Owning multiple pairs became normal, while customers became friends. Our brand was our bond. It was our connection, because we all believe in one thing. There comes a certain freedom with wearing sunglasses, where time is measured in sunrises and sunsets, and not the minutes on the clock. Now it's time for something legendary. And this is our best idea yet. This is Shades Club, the world's first ever membership box for sunglasses. Each month, we deliver you a brand new pair of premium quality designer sunglasses right to your door. With shapes for guys, shapes for girls, some you can even share. Of course, we've got the classics, everyday styles like aviators, wayfarers, clubmasters. We've got shades that pop with patterns and even velvet. Ultra UV lenses for all occasions, mirrored lenses, gradient lenses, and of course, lenses that are polarized. Some shades will surprise you and maybe help keep you going, like these inspirational quotes printed on the side. Your shades will change, but the familiar quality won't, and that's our secret recipe. We design your shades right here in the USA and produce them at the very factories as the world's biggest brands. Each box will have a value of at least $60, and each pair will serve a purpose. They're priced way less than retail. They're well thought out, all the way down to the detail. Some shades may float, and some of them won't. They'll go where you go. They may even fold up. Oh yeah, we almost forgot. We've made this for you, and they gave you that. We're passionate about thinking differently. Our signature fold-up case is innovatively designed to protect your shades with modern convenience that actually fits your lifestyle and in your pocket. You're free. Free to hit pause any month. Upgrade, downgrade, side grade, it's all good. Add an extra box for someone. Even stack them up on the holidays. Listen, it's sunglasses without the complications. It is the ultimate sunglasses experience.
For the past 12 months, we've obsessed over every single detail. We've crunched the numbers, and we have the world's best factories standing by, ready to produce for us. And with your help, we can improve an industry in need of a total makeover.
By clicking on the green Back This Project button, you'll finally be able to stop worrying about your sunglasses and start deciding where your next vacation will be.
So grab your friends.
And grab your shades. And let's change history together.
So you didn't see it in the video because it was on the Kickstarter page, but depending on how long you subscribe for, the price per month is between $20 and $25 a month. So it's quite a revolutionary business model in terms of the eyewear industry.
And one of the things that we found too with, not only the amount of money that we raised, more importantly was the amount of backers that we had that supported the project. Kickstarter is a great platform for discovery, a lot of early adopters, and what we found was that not only do we have over 3,000 members, which tells us that there's obviously a substantial need for this, especially on a global level, but over 30% pre-purchased a year supply, one pair of shades every month, paid in full, before ever trying our product, before ever trying anything on. So there was a lot of established credibility and trust that I think that they saw in how we presented our video. And one of the challenges was, do we present as a vitamin or do we present as a painkiller? So we really went to the positive vibes and tried to speak to the attributes and capture the feeling of how we all feel when you put a pair of shades on.
Yep. And we did bring some samples of the fold-up case and some of our sunglasses. So if you come up here afterwards, you're welcome to try it out. Or if you want to join, we're still taking pre-orders. We actually moved to Indiegogo for a month while we build out our website. We just locked in our distribution partner who's going to ship everything for us, and we're just putting together the final pieces. The first boxes are going to start shipping in March, and we're super excited. We keep getting more members by the day. We actually got some recent good press as well. The front page of the Orlando Sentinel business section was a week or two ago. And,
my mom was proud of that one. My mom was proud.
We did a partnership with Blade in NYC. They're a helicopter company that takes people to a private jet, which then takes you either to the Hamptons, Nantucket, or in the winter, Miami. And so every person on the private jet has a Shades Club box on their seat. And so we just got written up in the New York Post about that, which is pretty cool. And then Channel 6 News in Orlando just did a special on us on Friday. And you know, not to compare us to Dollar Shave Club or the Wine Club, but we do feel it can be as big as that because every person in the whole world has two eyes, a 2-minute feature on the 11 o'clock news. So we're excited that it's catchy and needs a lot of pairs.
Questions?
Thanks. We're going to open it up for questions.
We got one right there.
So TJ, you like me look like you're wearing some prescription lenses there, right? So,
Yes, sir.
Do you have any plan? This sounds awesome, but I cannot, walk around without prescription lenses. So how would you? Is there any plans to, take this a direction that would support that?
Sure. And what's your name?
Jacques.
Jacques. Great question. These are actually sunglasses that we designed. They're our handmade line, which are all optical grade quality, so they can hold a prescription. So currently, I guess we're gonna, kind of working within our parameters, and I had to go outsource to get lenses put in. So any of our optical grade will hold a prescription right now, but we do have plans. We're really trying to nail down what our key ingredient is with sunglasses before we start expanding, but we have definite plans to go into that world, get into the prescription market. We've already began exploring that, but most importantly, obviously I'd be a great customer as well. But yeah, I think we definitely are interested in exploring that for sure.
Fantastic.
Hey guys, this isn't more of a question, but a testimonial. So I have been wearing Dick's Cotton sunglasses for over 5 years now. So I am a friend of Rich, but I will say that in the last 5 years, I've never had one pair of sunglasses that have ever broken, that have ever squished in my purse. And I love the little foldable case as well. But even without the case, I've never had them ever just break down. So they're not cheap pairs of sunglasses. And I always get complimented on these sunglasses. And I'm so proud of you guys for launching this membership-driven platform. I think we purchased like 10 for our family members. And like every person that we gave this to for Christmas was like over the moon for 12 pairs of sunglasses for the entire year. So I really do see this as like a huge, huge success. I'm just really proud of what you guys have done and like keep crushing it. So congrats.
Thank you. Your check will be waiting outside for you.
Hey, how are you guys? So I'm a student here at Rollins, and I was curious if you guys have any like campus ambassador programs or anything going, because I think kids will get fired up.
I'm going to let TJ handle that. He's the king of college programs. So.
No, we're actually, you're going to be our first hire here. So what was your name?
My name's Alex Miller.
All right, perfect. We'll talk after this. But
I gotta get the class right after this question. But
yeah,
I'll shoot you an email.
we do. We're going to expand out into college. Eventually, we have plans on a large scale. We're just really harnessing on who our target market is and our digital strategy for growth right now. But as we expand from online to offline and more experiential type of activations through campus ambassadors, we'll do that. At one point, I managed like 707 campuses with over 10,000 college reps. So I'm excited to, I think more than anyone, get that going.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm on the baseball team too, and kids are breaking their sunglasses all the time. So I don't know if you have athletic wear or whatever. But yeah, so I got to get going, but you guys are awesome.
Yeah. All right. Go hit us up.
Yeah, for sure.
Can you tell me what your revenues are and what your funding sources are? Are you funded?
Yeah, sorry, where was that question coming from? Oh, okay, sorry. Our goal on Kickstarter was $20,000, and we actually hit $80,000 in the first 24 hours. So we well exceeded our goal, and ended up at $321,908. So that's going to fund the first couple months of operations. And once we launch our website with a digital strategy, we'll start obviously growing via our website. And we're going to put together a seed round and try to grow it quickly but efficiently as well at the same time.
Hi, I'm Joseph Cuevas. So your product kind of reminds me of like Loot Crate and all these other things that do prescription stuff. Loot Crate is basically getting cool items every month. So it's just like that, but what they do is they go around social medias trying to do discounts and things like that, or reaching out to like YouTubers. Like they go out to like people like who do big things like YouTubers or like PewDiePie or something, and they go out and say, hey, we'll give you this like once every month, and then you guys will promote our stuff, and also we will show a discount for people to click on the code, and then it brings out more people to like say, hey, this product is also on a discount, even though it's a cool product, but hey, now there's more people that are going to be reaching out to like Facebook, Twitter, and all that. So like if you do something like that, it'd be a lot easier.
Yeah, that's a great suggestion. And we have a Refer a Friend program implemented that will give the referrer an incentive because it's really how our original brand spread is by people wearing it and telling their friends and getting compliments. And so we intend to use the power of word of mouth continuously with Shades Club as well.
Hey guys, great presentation. My name is Clayton Ferrara. I'm a Rollins alum. And I was curious if you could talk a little bit about the philanthropic project you did with sending sunglasses to other countries. You showed some pictures of that. And also, do you implement any aspects of sustainability into the manufacturing of this? I think that that's an incredibly important thing, especially if you're trying to resonate with millennials. So if you could speak on that.
This is probably my favorite question that we got. So we've had a nonprofit 501c3 that we've operated for over five going on 6 years, geared towards children. So first thing that we did was develop a children's line, very similar to a one-for-one program. You purchase a pair, and then each different style was donated to a different country, to children in each country. For example, Haiti or Mexico, or places that we've traveled or had personal experiences at. Where we could have a direct effect, and people who donated could actually see the results of their donation or their contribution. And then as far as sustainability, I'll let Rich talk. It's a project we've been working on for about 2 years, and let's definitely make the world a better place and take care of it. But you can tell them.
Yeah, we've been working on a biodegradable eyewear line that we plan to launch in 2017. And we're hugely into eco and just trying to make our footprint on the earth smaller. And so it takes a while to develop that line to get it right, but it uses a certain type of plastic that's actually made out of cotton and wood, which is biodegradable. And so we plan to launch that next year once we get this fully up and running. And hopefully we can either have every pair be eco-friendly, or at least start sprinkling them into the boxes. And I think people are finally starting to get ready to adopt eco-friendly eyewear, which is kind of a new space that hasn't been explored too far yet.
Great question.
First, I have a comment, then a question or two. This, I think, is a problem for everybody, a very frustrating problem. Case in point, in the last couple of years, I probably lost 2 pairs of Revos that cost me between $180 and $200. And you can't imagine how pissed I was when that would happen. And all of a sudden not have shades, especially here in Florida. I had a CEO who told me what he used to do is he'd go to New York City, find one of those dudes selling stuff out of a bag, and buy 15 pairs. So he'd have them everywhere. So this really helps that pain point. So I have 2 questions. In the end, what is it, like $240 for the 12? And what do you do if something doesn't look right? Because people, have different shapes, sizes to their faces and whatnot.
That's a really good question. You alluded to the pain point, which I think we've all experienced at some point in our life, losing or breaking an expensive pair. And just to touch on that quickly is we do use a lot of the main factories that make a lot of the world's biggest brands. And so some of the stuff you'll see in Sunglass Hut, we're making on the same line. These sunglasses are optical quality. We're made at the same factory as Tom Ford, which retails for about $400. And we're also designing it and keeping on trend. So that's one of our secret recipes, is that kind of takes the thinking work out of your sunglass purchasing decisions, and also driving to the mall, parking, waiting for the case to be unlocked, you know, and then losing or breaking them probably in a week or two. And then in terms of the designs, I'll let TJ handle that. But,
Yeah, you know, comfort and fit is super important. When we started out and when Rich started and founded Dick's Cottons, you know, everything was unisex. So we really cut our teeth on really making things comfortable, versatile, for all face shapes, all face types. One of the things I can say to that is that in 5 years of selling, 50 states, 65 countries, we have a less than 1% return rate online. We have no customer service policy because we treat customers like friends and we just handle everything on a case-by-case basis. That's been our overall experience. We're going to hold true to that, and it's pretty paramount. You know, figuring that's a new concept to buy eyewear online if it doesn't fit. But we really strive to, like, we started as a friends of friends brand, so to treat everyone case by case, just like we would any of our friends and family, and it's been a good approach. So I think we're going to run into some of that sometimes, but hopefully we're going to do a really excellent job in keeping everybody happy and smiling and getting compliments.
Questions? Any more? All right, so in the spirit of 1 million cups, what can we do today for you?
You know, we're actually opening up a seed round to investors, so you know, we're interested in engaging those conversations, exploring potential, and also we hope that everyone can subscribe to Shades Club or check out Dick's Cottons. Like Rich said, we're currently on Indiegogo. You know, you can pick a plan that works for you, and if you go to dickscottons.com, if you can't wait and you have that insatiable need to get sunglasses today, you know, you can go to Dick's Cottons and try out your first pair, and please let us know with feedback. But really, thank you so much. This is an incredible platform. You guys do a remarkable job, and thank you so much for having us. Thanks, everyone, for attending.
All right, let's give them a hand.
All right. Well, we just want to say thank you again to both of our entrepreneurs. We encourage you guys to stay after and network with us. We'll be here for about 30 minutes to 45. Get to know the entrepreneurs, ask the questions, get their business cards, and you guys enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. We'll see you next week. Drink coffee.
You guys are so fun. Yeah, that was good.
1 Million Cups is a weekly educational program developed by the Kauffman Foundation.
Over the years, we've added more cities. It creates a great energy here to see what's happening across the country.
What I've learned from other entrepreneurs is very, very valuable.
Sitting in a room with other people that have ideas too, it helps people to leave thinking, you know what, my idea is worth something. It's worth pursuing. It's worth going after it. Even if it looks like a challenge, I should still go out and try to do it.